There's only one more thing I want to talk about or want to bring up, actually. Arguably two more things, and then we can move on to the One Piece stuff. So and I think Lani has something too, actually. But when it comes down to it, I know we all love live action since the One Piece live action. But the news I've been hearing about Avatar is so
It's cooked.
cooked.
It's cooked.
It is so cooked. So here are some things that I heard. One, they want to take out Sokka's sexist nature at the start. And you're like, okay, who cares? I mean, that's also an important part of his character.
Important part of his character.
It's an important part.
Not just his sexist stuff. Not just his sexist stuff. They want to take away the northern tribe sexist things towards Katara too.
I was say that was one of the biggest parts of the world building is how the water tribe function and how it can impact the psyche of kids.
We're not even done with that. They also don't want to let Aang go on adventures. They want him to be a more serious avatar. So he can't go off with was it Appa?
Yeah.
Appa and go and just travel. Because we know, like, when it comes to Aang, one of the big things with him is like he still wanted to be a child. He didn't want to fully take on the responsibility yet. There's more stuff though. They want to make it more mature, like Game of Thrones.
No,
and then
that's not how it works.
And
that's not how it works.
This is what the creator of Avatar said. One of the creators, Michael DiMartino, he said, "It might turn out to be the show many of you end up enjoying, but what I can be certain about is that whatever version end up on screen, it will not be what Brian and I had envisioned or intended to make." When the creator of the series said, "This is not what I wanted to make," cooked. Straight up.
Can I say something about this real quick? So first of all, to me, I get it, right? They have to sort things up because they need to get through the story. Maybe it's gonna be 8 episodes. Maybe they can't fit everything in. But I
told you we was real concerned about the episode length.
Maybe that's what it is. But I just think that it's not even Avatar anymore. Like just make a new story. You know what I'm saying? Like why change the key things that make the characters likable? Now, unless you're about to replace it with other interesting character traits, it's about to just be Aang needs to learn the elements, and that's pretty much it. Not the pressures of the world, not the world building that is consistent with how kids are raised in the Water Tribe. None of that. Like, it's just like, Aang is in the damn iceberg because he didn't want the responsibility of Avatar. The story starts because of that key flaw that they're about to take out. Like, why? Okay, the question is, why is he in the iceberg in the first place? If he's not relevant,
I fell.
Honestly, him being in the iceberg makes no sense now. Unless you're about to say that he got over it while he was in the ice. I mean, I don't know.
Bro, it's crazy to me where live actions for the most part has been failing on its head. And the real one that really kind of changed our perspective, our perception of live action was One Piece. And what was the big reason why One Piece succeeded so much? Oda was consistently involved on every element in picking the cast and the story. And
these guys left.
Say that again.
The creators of Avatar left the project.
Exactly.
Early, yeah.
They didn't do what they wanted. They left because of it. I don't know why these creators keep on fumbling. I mean, even The Witcher fumbled where they.
Thank you. I was just about to bring that up. When Henry Cavill is fighting that much to keep The Witcher what it is, because he knows he's clearly, obviously, we know he's clearly a fan of fantasy. But the fact that he has to fight that much to the point he's like, you know what? Y'all got it. Season 3, I'm out. I'm out after season 3.
The fact that your lead left because you're like diving that much away from the source material. He's like, you're literally ruining what I love. Like, I'm a fan of this. We need to
cook them also for that. They try to make the prequel movie about the conjunction of fears and how it all popped up. And it was bad. Guess the first Witcher was like an elf or something like that. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? Oh my god, bro!
We're about to get Shar started. She's a big Witcher fan. Not like people like putting their hands like in the pot too much, and like that's like I feel like that's a big thing about like these remakes and like these live actions that we're getting and all of that stuff. Like everyone wants to like put their own little twist or spin on it, but it kind of ruins the original story, and it doesn't make like I'm all for change if it's for the betterment of the story. But if you're gonna like change, if you're gonna take away stuff, like I'd rather you add stuff than take away stuff, if that makes sense.
Facts.
You can still tell the story by keeping those elements. You can just maybe make it happen quick. I think, for example, they took a lot of detours at the beginning of the story because obviously the story had more time for Aang to take these detours and realize he's running from his responsibility. Maybe just make one detour. You know, you don't got to take it. Don't take it all out. Maybe makes one or two, and then you show that, oh dang, I have to the world. I failed the world. I left. The world needs me, and I need to own it to responsibility. Let's go to the water trial so I can learn water bending. Just make it like an episode and a half, maybe. But completely taking it out, just to me, makes the beginning of the story not make much sense. Because now the question is, well, why did he freeze himself? Maybe they're gonna change and say he was just on a boat somewhere with his friends, and then he got caught in a storm and got frozen. It might change it like that.
They're gonna have to
There's
adjust
8 episodes, right? There's 8 episodes in the season, right?
8 episodes. They're all probably gonna be around 40 minutes long.
Yeah. So look, so Aang, how he ended up in the ice, that's an episode. Zuko's backstory is low key an episode. So now you got you're doing the entire book of water in 8 1-hour low key 1-hour episodes. There's not enough time.
How many episodes were in book 1? Like 24?
18.
Because some other parts
only 18.
Gonna cut it.
Not bad.
Because not every detour that Aang does is important, right? Not every detour is important. But if you're doing this much, you're cutting out, like Shar said in the chat, those adventures were really important to Aang because he gets, like Ty said, he gets to see the world, how things have changed. And I'm like, those things are important. And in 8 episodes, I don't think you can do it. The more and more I think about it, especially since we talked about
they might as well take out Suki, bro. Not gonna lie. Might as well.
Yeah, because you know what's so crazy? It was so interesting seeing Aang go to try. In the good part of the writing was when Aang would try to escape his problems, they would go back in his face. Like people wouldn't know he's an avatar, and then people were struggling. Man, this avatar done left us. Now we're struggling. He'd be like, they don't know I'm an avatar. He's looking awkward, like damn. You know what I'm saying? So it shows he couldn't, like, those detours really showed that no matter how far he's going to run, every piece of the world has been impacted by his absence. And I just
not only is the story, it's crazy that they're doing all these story changes, but also adding
a story into 8
that,
hours is not going to work, bro.
It's not. It's
also adding upon that they're trying to make it mature like Game of Thrones. That's
not the story.
It's crazy.
That doesn't make any sense. That's not the story.
I'm convinced that some people think that if it's more mature, it's a better story, and that's just not true.
Absolutely.
That's just not true.
For instance, Ty, have you watched Peaky Blinders on Netflix?
I haven't.
Peaky Blinders is basically like you're watching a British gang kind of rise up in like industrial era, like during the Industrial Revolution in London. That's why it works. That grime works for it. If you all of a sudden try to make it PG, Peaky Blinders not gonna hit the same way it does.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think like we just take Avatar. Avatar is starting age for Avatar is 7 years old. It's better written than most stories. Like it's a better written story than most stories. Like freaking SpongeBob. The first 3 seasons before the original writer left. When he left, it got ass. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are iconic. That's some of the best written like fiction like ever. It's for kids.
Was that when they're trying to tell us SpongeBob was going to turn kids gay? Is that when they were trying to tell us that?
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah, my mom was mad worried about that. It's like, I don't know, man. SpongeBob might turn you gay. I said, I think I'm all right. I think I'm all right.
Also, like a big thing with like Avatar, and this is the last thing, and then we'll move on, is that it's childish, especially since we know that these are kids, and like we get to see them, we get to see and goof off, but it grows into the mature elements that it does later on. With how crazy Zuko's sister is, the abuse that Zuko had from his father, so they're just like they don't man, it's tough. Shout out Drink More Water with the $10 super chat.
I like the mature things. You see it episode 1 when we see Zuko in the Fire Nation who are imperialists coming to the wall trying to take Aang. Episode 3, they go to an air temple to see all the skulls of his masters. They're dead.
They got to find out his masters about that life.
Like episode 3, we see genocide. He's the title. Think about the title. The title is literally because of genocide. He's the last Airbender because people face genocide. So the mature things have always been there.
Side note, real quick. Side note: Zuko's scar looks like someone just took like a paintbrush and just slapped him across the face.
Nah,
Like,
he got punched in the face and
looks
he just
bad.
bruised. That's what it looks like. I
Alright.
needed to see sparring for real. His dad tried to burn his eye out. I need to see that. What are we talking